Did you guys see what happened to the price of gold yesterday? I've got three things I want to say about that. One of them is a response to an email question I got about it, and it's probably one of the questions that you guys have as well. So my answer to Daniel's question is probably going to answer a lot of the questions that you yourself may have. In addition, at the end of this video, I've got two apologies for you guys, especially if you're a long-time subscriber, you've been around for a while. I know I apologize a lot. That's the Canadian half of myself. I want to give you a couple apologies. That's at the end of the video. So at one point yesterday, the price of gold was down significantly. Don't even worry about it. I always tell you that. Sometimes it'll be more volatile. Don't even worry about it. But that was an indicator to me because I know it's already dramatically undervalued. There's a lot of opportunities here. But it led me to three things, which we're talking about right now. For many of you, this is your very first time here. My name is Peter Leeds, and I am a small stock specialist. The reason I focus on small stocks is because they produce the greatest gains if you know how to find the good ones. And always remember that nothing we say ever is intended as personalized trading advice for you. But it led me to three things, which we're talking about right now. And you would have seen, number one, if you're a subscriber at peterleeds.com, I give you all my trades as I make them. Two trades I made yesterday, both gold mining companies, because the price of gold's already too low and it dropped a lot more. It was a great opportunity. I think that that's going to reverse today. If not today, then tomorrow. So I put my money where my mouth is. I also decided it's time to launch the gold coin contest. And I'm going to make a special video about just that. It will be on the page I'm making for the gold coin contest, which is going to start accepting entries from May 1st to May 31st. And so I'll tell you all about that in the video. That's why I've got the pile of precious metals back there, because I got to do a really cheesy thumbnail where I'm like holding it and pointing at it, that kind of thing. You know how it goes. But here's the response I wrote to Daniel. I think he's a lifetime subscriber, which would explain why I gave such a lengthy and involved response to his email. He was concerned that, or asking, shouldn't he step out of the market right now while there's all this volatility, even out of the gold mining stocks, when there's all this volatility, buy back in later. Here's exactly what I told Daniel. There may be merit in stepping out of the market during a turbulent time. This is all opinion, and I cannot and will not give any personalized advice. But here is how I look at it. Nearly all stocks will go lower. If you step out, you may be able to buy back in once they fall. However, the strategy then becomes about timing the market, and that can often be a losing game. It's not always a losing game, it's just a difficult game to get it right. There's a lot more risk when you try and time the market. As well, some shares which dip temporarily will weather the majority of the storm and emerge in a much stronger position. I am talking about productive gold miners and silver miners. Sure, some of these gold miners will decline in price when the markets do exactly what I'm telling you it's going to do. That will be temporary. They will emerge stronger because of everything that's going to be happening. And I always distinguish between productive miners and exploration companies. A company looking for gold is not the same as a company which actually finds gold and produces it and sells it to people. And there's not really pure silver miners. There's companies calling themselves silver miners, but silver is a byproduct of other mining activity. But for disclosure, I do own a bunch of silver miners. I like silver miners. They call themselves that, but they'll find a lot of silver, but they might find other metals as well at the same time. So they can technically be considered a silver miner, but there's no pure play silver miners, unlike with something like diamonds or gold. Continuing with the email that I wrote to Daniel, there are many events which are slightly more likely from one day to the next, such as a revaluation of the US dollar, hyperinflation, war expansion, etc. And understand, I'm not expecting any of these in the near term. I don't think there's going to be a revaluation of the dollar anytime soon. But the point is, when it happens, anyone not already in gold misses out on the instant and significant increase in the price of gold in a second. As soon as it gets announced, that drives gold prices dramatically higher. But again, I'm not expecting that to happen anytime soon. Same with hyperinflation. What hyperinflation is, it's an increase in the prices of products by 50% in a month. So you go buy a loaf of bread for $5, come back a month later, that same loaf of bread is $7.50. Next month, it's over $11. Next month, it's closer to $16. In 1 quarter, it goes from $5 to $16. It triples in the quarter. We're not anywhere close to that. And I'll tell you in this video when we're going to have hyperinflation, but it's not soon. And will the war in Ukraine right now expand? Will other wars break out and expand? Absolutely. And as they do that, that drives a lot of people towards risk assets, such as gold, even U.S. Treasury bonds. But that will be a fleeting period. People will do that at first. They won't do it in the longer term. When things happen exactly as I'm telling you they're going to happen. I'm not expecting any of that, but at such an event, gold prices will spike instantly and significantly. If you were out of the gold miners, for example, to avoid a 15 to 25% downside, you may miss out on several hundreds of percentage gains and never be able to get back in at such low prices. In other words, I don't know when precious metals will spike and never look back, but they will. You do not want to miss that moment. So think of the situation that we're in right now. A lot of this is very bullish for the outlook for gold prices. They may jump around a bit. They may drop $100 in a day. That's okay. They won't keep on doing that. The lower gold prices go, the more the pressures to drive them higher. There's a lot of demand right now for gold. You might not see it here in America. You might not see it here in Canada, but look at any other country such as Russia, China, Iran. They're all buying gold like crazy because they're trying to have some kind of hedge against the SWIFT system, the power that the American economic system has over them. It can be used punitively. And a lot of countries don't like that. They want to do a few things that the states might not like. And so they don't want to be beholden to the American financial structure or system. And you're even seeing we're losing the petrodollar status. And if you haven't seen my video about that, then shame on you. We're talking about war expansion. We've got Thailand, Venezuela, Turkey, Cambodia, Bangladesh, all opportunistic dictators who used the things that we've been going through for the last couple of years to seize power. And at the same time, I'd say that there's detainments, extrajudicial killings unrelated to the last couple of years, just something that happens in countries like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Russia, China. Look at what happened with Hong Kong. You watch and see what happens with Taiwan next. And what's going to happen with hyperinflation, when it's going to happen. Everyone's telling you that inflation is going to go higher. I said it's going to go lower. People are saying fuel prices, oil prices are going to go a lot higher. I'm telling you it's going to go lower. There's going to be a complete washout of all the altcoins. The curtain will be pulled back even further. You guys know this is a delusional market. You know that. And you're seeing it yourself. And every day it gets a little bit less delusional, but we're still in crazy territory right now. No one's going to have money to buy anything. That's why you're seeing businesses across the board all suffering a bit. There's a lot less revenues. It's harder to make revenues, fewer earnings. You're seeing this in earnings season, but you can look at it just out the window. When you go to the store, see how many people are in line. There's not a lot of hiring going to be happening. Not that there's a lot of people to hire. Everyone's employed. But there's not going to be a lot of hiring into good jobs. Businesses are going to be under tremendous pressure. And now we've got increasing interest rates for the first time after 14 years of a recession-free period where the markets have performed incredibly, historically well. This is all setting us up for what we're about to face. It's going to be a very difficult time, and it's going to last for more than 10 years. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Maybe that's why no one watches these videos. And that's what I want to apologize at the end of this video about. I got 2 apologies for you. But when the government responds to the fact that they're printing money again, they'll do quantitative easing 17 or whatever we're at, they'll print more money, and it's a law of diminishing returns. It will have less and less effect. And everything they try, just like we saw in Japan for 30 years, everything they try will have no effect or a minimized effect. It won't fix the problem like they're hoping it will. It won't help people get out of the hard times. And so they'll respond by printing even more money. Quantitative easing extreme. And at that point, the entire world, as they're already starting to see, the entire world is going to realize that we're just treating monetary creation like a candy shop. We're going way over our skis. We're going way too extreme. We're being inconsiderate towards any counterparties that are owed the money, most of which are American citizens. We're going to have a pension crisis, all of this. And is this to get more views on my videos? I hope it is. I hope that you guys say this is important and you share the video with somebody, because I'm pretty much the only guy who's seeing it this way, and I've been seeing it the whole way, and I've been telling you this for years. We are going into the greatest depression. It's going to last at least 10 years. And there's ways you can land on your feet and survive it a lot better than you otherwise would have. And that's sort of how I see my place right now. I'm going to be telling you guys on these videos about what to do and how to react to things as they play out. I'll tell you ahead of time what's coming up. But now, 2 apologies. Number 1, I've been complaining a bit lately about nobody watches my videos. And I understand that there's people who are watching this video right now that have subscribed. They're a supporter of what we're doing here. And I'm never advertising. I'm never doing a Patreon page. I'm never selling your eyeballs to any other interests. I'm just trying to tell you how I see it, trying to help you. So when I say nobody watches these videos, don't think that I don't appreciate and understand that you have been an incredible supporter and you've kept me going all this time. I almost just walked away a while ago. So I wanted to put it out there. The Canadian half of myself is saying, I'm sorry if I'm acting like nobody watches these videos. The important people watch these videos. The smart people watch these videos. So I don't mean you. I'm saying, why don't more people watch my videos? I don't know. Nothing's stopping me, so I'm just going to keep going until I find out. Second apology. I always read the comments you guys say, and I always see one that I'm like, oh, I really want to reply to that one. And sometimes I'm just done for the day. I can't, my hands hurt and I don't want to type or anything. It would take 2 seconds, but I don't want to actually, it's not the time, it's the typing of it. I'm just done. And so you guys are making some incredible comments. I really love the comments. And the questions you ask, I really want to answer that, but I cannot just go and answer one and the other and the other. I can't do that. I was thinking about clicking like, but then you don't know that I read it. And I was thinking about clicking the heart, but then you've got all these hearts. When I see a comment, I'll be like, I saw it. So I put that I love it. Then it's like, okay, you saw the comment, but then I look like a maniac. I'm just loving everything I see. So if you ask a question, I'm sorry if I don't get back to you right away, but I watch it and I think about it for upcoming videos. I start seeing the same question come up, you're going to hear me yapping about it.